Okay. Okay, guys, welcome to Your Beautiful with Dr. Leah. And today we have Adriana. And I've been waiting so long for this. And I mean, no one knows, but I feel like I know you because we're
Yeah,
like on Instagram every day.
yeah.
And I love your pictures and I love everything you post. And I mean, look at you. I'm like, I want those earrings and that jacket and those glasses. I'm like, all of it. I'm going to like redo myself. But we've never spoken live, right?
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. So again, welcome to our show. I'm so happy you're here. Can you please tell a little bit about yourself and what you do, and then we'll talk a little bit about eczema later. But just
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. I'm just excited. Thank you so much for having me. So let's see. Let me get my roles because I have a lot. So I'm a wife, be 16 years in June. It'll be sweet 16. I'm excited
Wow,
about that.
nice.
I'm married to a man who coaches football, who's an educator, who has his own nonprofit, all those things. And we're
Great.
rearing two amazing boys who are teenagers, doing the whole virtual learning. But this coming Monday, they'll be back 5 days a week.
Oh, good. Yay.
Yeah, I'm excited. They're like, I'm like, thank you. I won't get out. So I'm
Yeah.
excited about that. And I get to work 9 to 5 at an amazing charter school in a small town called Bishopville, South Carolina. It was actually about 2 hours from here. This is my third year doing it there, 20 years in education. I commute once a week right now in the
Oh,
midst of
good.
the pandemic. So I have an amazing executive director and team who supports me in that, but I mostly get to be over at the high school. And so it's our junior year. So we'll have seniors next year. So that's exciting.
I
Let's see, I have a
know.
nonprofit, Remnant Warriors Global Incorporated, where we help women and girls know how powerful they are and walk in their kingdom authority. Like 7,000 women as a
Oh, I want
part.
to hear more about that. That's
Oh,
great.
it's
Oh my God.
amazing. And it
Yeah.
was fun to be able to shift all our in-person events to virtual. So that's been really fun. I'd always teach them virtually anyway through Facebook Live for the 4 years we've been there. So it wasn't hard for us to do the shift, but
Mhm.
it is an amazing opportunity. Let's see what else. I'm in seminary full time. I'll graduate May 8th.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations. This is great.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like you're
excited.
not busy enough, right? Like,
Right. And on top of that, I'm a global ambassador. So I work with global and local organizations such as yourself. And I get to basically be the brand. Tell people we need to be visible, represent authentically, and never diminish. So yeah, I'm always puffy sleeves, nails, glasses.
I love it. I love it. I was like, oh my God. I like, well, you guys, I will put it all, but everyone will need to go check you out, everything you post and your wardrobe. I'm like, I just want to like go and look what's in your
Come
wardrobe.
on. I'll do that what's in my closet when I get it straight one day.
Oh, it's so beautiful, and I love the earrings, and we'll talk about it. I'm like, oh my God, I need to go and put my put my nails and all of this.
Press on nails with your friend. You don't even, I'll go get them done Friday, but yeah, I love press
Oh, I do. I know. I had one, but then I was trying to do one now, and then found out I only have those glue ones, and I didn't have time. So I'm like, okay, next time.
I like the stickers. I got to tell you about those. Do the stickers that go underneath it. It's not glue.
Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm going to. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
So yeah, so oh, that's great. So and I think, and that's why also I really wanted to have you on the show because I feel you're not just one thing, right? You are the brand, and I think like I love your Instagram is so fun, and I haven't looked you up at YouTube, but I will. And
Mhm.
it just like everything it feels you touch becomes gold, and it's fun, and like you said, very respectful and empowering way, which I really love. Um, but let's also go back to like your childhood, and we talk, like I said, we're all about like skin positivity. Like I suffered with psoriasis from I was 6 years old, and trying to try anything, but
Mhm.
like let's talk about this because I think there's so many women and men, right, and kids especially, who suffer with like eczema. My 5-year-old, and she's always like, oh my God, I'll go to school, and what they will look at me, or what will they say? So can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, I was saying, and I was funny. I just called my mom and said, "Mom, I'm doing the podcast. It's more so about me having eczema." She said, "Oh my God, you used to shed like a snake, Adrienne." So when I was
Oh,
born and as an infant, like she said, she would lay me on a blanket and pick me up, and my skin would be on it. So I had severe allergies. I was allergic to milk, diapers. I had to do cloth diapers as an infant.
Yeah. Diapers?
Yes. Yes.
Your poor mom, actually.
Yeah, I know, right? So I was allergic to dairy. I was allergic to grass, and my skin was full of eczema, all in my scalp. It was really horrible. So as I grew older, even then, it was still all over my ring finger. I never forget thinking nobody's going to want to marry me because my hands were full of eczema, the backs of my legs. Literally, when we would go play in the summer, I'm not kidding, bugs would be like playing on it because it'd be scabbing from me scratching that knife and not knowing I'm scratching. We tried everything. We tried, Vaseline and all this kind of stuff. And it wasn't until I became an adult that I realized that I can actually get rid of this by doing everything the natural, organic way.
Yeah.
So yeah, but growing up, it was horrible. I didn't think people would like me. I would cover myself a lot and wouldn't wear things that would show my skin because I was so ashamed. And even now, my youngest son, like you were saying about your child, he has it. It'll go away and then he'll stop doing his butter. So I'm like, Elisha, as soon as you got tub, you've got to put on the shea butter. You've got to put on your grapeseed oil. You just can't skip it. Like you cannot. And when he starts skipping it and I let him fail, sometimes it's good to let him fail. He realized, I got to go back. And dealing with the discoloration, making my skin darker than it normally is. And it took me years, Dr. Lida, to be okay with showing my skin because I was so ashamed. It did a lot to my self-esteem and what I would choose to wear. So now that I'm in my 40s and my eczema is pretty much gone, I have spotches every once in a while. I think I've become more comfortable, it's crazy to say, in my skin.
Yeah, it's oh, can you see me? Can you see me? I think we're frozen. Hi, Adrienne, can you see me? We will be back on. I think we're kind of frozen here. Oh, hey, can you see me?
You're back. I'm back. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. I was like talking. I'm like, oh, you're still looking at me.
I know. I might need to go down to another location close to my router. Who knows?
No, maybe it's me. I don't know. This is like because the whole house is on Zooms and video conferences.
Oh, okay.
So who knows, right?
Nobody's here but me today. I cut all the Wi-Fi off on my phone.
No. So I was saying, like, as you were saying, it's so interesting how and I speak with many women and like who say exactly the same. And I felt exactly the same. I would cover my forehead, I would cover my arms, I would cover, until this, it's hard. Even this summer, like now in biologics, I remember I would like go outside, and if I didn't wanted people to comment like, oh, what happened? Did you fall? Or what happened to you? Is it an allergy? I'll just like put foundation on it, just to cover the redness. Or we use steroids, it becomes like white, or your skin basically like discolors, right? It's either like whiter or darker, whatever it is, whether you're in the sun or so. And it's so sad because I also feel much more education is needed to just outside world. And the same was like, when I speak with people who had acne or have acne, they say people constantly look or comment, and it's none of your business, but it makes you feel, even though if you start feeling confident in your skin, it puts you down again, right? When somebody comments, and it might not be about you, they're just curious.
Yeah.
But you feel it's about you.
Yeah.
And you are so right saying that, like, now I'm older, or now my spots are gone for now. I'm like, oh, I miss those spots sometimes, because you feel more comfortable in your skin, like you said. So it's but I think that more understanding is needed also from dermatologists, from healthcare professionals, that is not just you come in, you in and out. It's not just skin, it's a lot of mental issues that people right? Like the health mental health will, you think about it, I mean, there are really bad cases where people do harm to themselves because they just don't know how to get out of it and no one understands them. So yeah, no, thank you for sharing the story. And it's interesting that 20% of the kids actually have eczema.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've read a study too. I had a friend whose daughter died from asthma. She had severe eczema, and it's tied together, and no
Yes.
one told us that. And my youngest son was diagnosed with asthma, and so, and the going back to you said about the mental health, the shame. I really wish we had counseling, especially for those who are younger,
Mhm.
to educate them on how not to be ashamed of what their bodies are going through, and it's just a
Yeah.
process and how to
Yes.
live with that. No,
Yeah.
nobody talks about that. It just write you off a prescription, get this cream, take this pill, but nobody's talking about the emotional damage it can do to you when someone is staring at you or questioning you, or if you have to scratch in public and you're like, oh, okay, I don't want to flake and fall over on different things. It's crazy. It really
It is. It is. It is. And you know, you are so right that, like, I'm speaking actually was last spoke with like last week was a lot of people who had psoriasis, and they also said, or eczema or both, and some other, because it's autoimmune conditions. So right, like I have like gluten intolerance and psoriasis. My husband has also eczema and a lot of allergies, like shellfish allergy
me too.
and asthma. So he has like all, it's all, I'm like, oh my God, our poor kids, they'll have all of it.
I'm glad mine don't have the shellfish allergy one. I was like, please God, don't let them get that one.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like with him, it started when he was 30.
Wow, he didn't find out he was 30. I
Yeah.
knew when I was a little kid, I think my mom said I was 3 years old, in a shopping cart, she put fish in there frozen and I couldn't breathe.
Wow, it's so bad.
And yeah, so mine was, oh my God, my throat is itching. I'm going to die. They're going to have to do a trach on me. That's how bad it was. And as I got older, it got better, but I cannot eat fish at all. Not just shellfish, seafood, period.
English. Wow. That's crazy. That, yeah, so it's all kind of related, right? So it's,
Mhm.
and what you also said about, I mean, it's so sad to hear about your friend's daughter who
Yeah.
died. I mean,
Yeah.
that's,
21 years old, senior in college, like found her slumped like this and like, wake up, what are you doing? Was gone. She had an asthma attack and we didn't even know she had asthma, and she died in her sleep, probably trying to catch her breath.
oh my God.
And my friend became an asthma advocate. It's funny because my children were not diagnosed with it at the time, but I kept hearing them coughing and I saw the eczema. Some of them get them tested. Both of them have asthma. And I said, had I not did that, and they were out, just enjoying, they both play sports and they have to use that. I just shudder to think what would happen to my children. And so
Yeah.
her child's sacrifice and dying has saved hundreds of lives because
Yeah. Yeah. You cut off for 1 second. You said that her child, sacrificed herself, and yes, and like you said, probably saved thousands and thousands of lives,
yeah,
right? And I think exactly what you say, we need those advocates. And I think even though, say, doctors maybe don't have time, they can still mention, but yes, it's like 15 minutes and you're in and out, utilize this 15 minutes. But I think schools,
mhm.
I think we just can do a lot. And I know resources are limited and everything else, but I think we can do a lot in groups, in schools, just the awareness, right? Like about asthma, about eczema, about allergies. Schools are very good now, but like, even when I was looking, like my daughter just became 5 last week, and I'm like, okay, what can we send? And they said, oh, you can send cookies. And I said, okay, gluten-free, vegan. And they said, no, 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 no allergies, no. And I was shocked. I was like, what?
What? I'm
I
gluten
know.
free, and I'm like, yeah, I need gluten free.
I,
It's
I
because I have
know.
an allergy that I
I
didn't find
know.
out until I was 40.
I
But
I know. So,
that's
well, and
crazy.
some people are, I don't know. So I was a bit shocked. So I think, oh wow, we can still do it. Maybe they don't have anyone who is, but I mean, I'm sure there is a child. And then
Right.
I speak with a lot of like clients who have such severe gluten allergy that even if it's in the air or their dog eats a treat and there's a little bit wheat in there, they suffocate. They can't.
Wow.
So I think, yes, we can do so much more. And like what you are doing and your friend are doing, raising awareness and educating people is, I mean, education is the best weapon, right? So again, for everything, right? So yeah, no, exactly. I fully agree. So tell me a bit more about like you yourself, your ambassador to different brands. Talk about your earrings. I want to highlight them. This is so amazing. I know it's crazy, but
These are Burkina Bay earrings made by my wonderful friend Karen, who actually, it's funny the way I got these blessings because she hand makes everything. She's amazing. She does home, she does
where is she
glasses.
based? She based in US?
She is based in US. Like, where is it, California that she lives in? Yeah, because she's on 2 different time zones than me. She's did things for Beyonce knows, like she's like the bomb. And
I need to connect with her. This is great.
Yeah, her culture is amazing, and she just decided to make it. So these earrings are really actually very lightweight, very well done. I have like 4, I think I have 10 of her pieces. Wow. But I love to support women who basically they have small businesses, but they're not out there, and it's because they rather be behind the scenes. So like Adrienne, be my face. So I get to wear these. I got so many compliments on these earrings today. First time I wore them. So I love supporting women, and especially women of color in different cultures, because we do the same thing. I love Target. No shot to Target because I bought 3 things in there yesterday. But I like to be able to, wear different things that other people have maybe never seen or experienced before. Hence why I love big shoulders. Like what I have on is by my favorite stylist, Jay Boleyn. That's how I actually got to these earrings. Yeah, this is one of his.
I love that.
Isn't that cool? So
I have to like put the links to all of it. I love all of that. This is so beautiful.
I absolutely love
oh my gosh. No, so I love it. And I think and today it happens. I mean, we won't be releasing today, but it's March 8th, International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day.
Yeah. Love that. Yeah.
And it's so funny because I don't think in US we've celebrated it for a long time.
No, I think today, as I was a part of the Today Show this morning.
Yes.
It blew my mind that we're finally recognizing International Women's Day. And I don't know if it's because the vice president a whole life. And I get to.
Oh, can you quickly repeat it because you cut off at the vice?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. No.
It says my internet connection is unstable. Okay. So the past 5 years, I've seen United States celebrated, I think, way. It's because we now have a female vice president. Now is even more bigger. I just think it's wonderful that as women of all movement, all that we've been through over the hundreds of years just to be where we are, and we're still not there. Now, it was stated today that the jobs lost in the pandemic, like 90% of them are women.
Yes.
It's very shocking and jarring. And I'm like, we got right there, and then it's like we get 10 years back. So now we got to fight to be even more on the scene, boots on the ground, to make our voice known, to get the same equal pay, same benefits as our men. And I think it's important that we bring recognition, as you're saying, with education and letting them know. I think education is powerful, putting our voices out there, putting our faces out there, and what we're stand for, and not care about the backlash. Like, I'm not going to be silent anymore. We've been silent for so long. We can't afford to be silent.
Yes, for centuries, right? So you're right. And I think like what you do, I think if we say, I'm going to stand up in a respectful manner for what I believe and do it, yes, there will be backlash, but then I'm like, okay, you talk, I'm not going to listen because you're not saying anything that is based on any facts. And, so yes, you're right. It's interesting. It's so funny. And because I was born in Russia, actually, and I grew up in the Netherlands. And in Russia, and maybe I had like weird reaction. In Russia, we always did celebrate March 8th somehow, since I was a little girl, because maybe like woman and man need to work. I don't know. It was crazy. I've not been back in like 35 years and I'm not planning to. But but yeah, I remember, and it was always like the day women were off and men were bringing flowers. And so it was really interesting. And then when I like now everyone can, and then when I moved to US, no one even knew what that is. And I thought, oh, maybe it's something from Eastern Europe. Maybe no one knows, you know. And now it's like everyone is celebrating. I'm like, come on, guys, you know. Well,
Finally.
I mean, not just guys. I mean, everyone
Yeah.
need to like catch up. I know. So talk a little bit about. I love to hear like the. I mean, you're doing so many things, and you mentioned, of course, you're like the mom to kids, and you're doing, but also your non-for-profit that you do, and you know, and you follow education. Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I got to, with 15 other women, to find Remnant Warriors Global Incorporated. It's very long, but our whole mission is to help women and girls know how powerful they are and to walk in their kingdom authority. So it started off as a Bible study on Facebook. Literally, it was a Bible study on Facebook. And I remember saying, God, if you just get 50 women to sign up, I'll be so grateful. And like 3,000 women signed up. Had no clue. Unless you know how hungry we were to be connected, to be educated. Yes. It was start off When Women Pray. That's what we started off with, a 10-week study. And I shut that one down and started Women Who War. And I was like, oh, how am I going to build this up? Well, I didn't start in the beginning, so I didn't have to build it up. And from there, it evolved into a nonprofit, not on purpose. I was 37, 30, well, how old was I? 36 at the time. I think I was. I can't remember. And I just remember thinking, okay, when I turn 40, I'm going to Hawaii.
I like that.
Go to Hawaii with my girlfriends. And I remember hearing God say, no, you're going to do a conference when you're 40 years old and you're going to preach at your own conference. I was like, no, I'm not.
I'm not listening to you. No.
I was not listening to him. Totally ignore him. And the 15 other women and myself, we started praying together. And one of them said, I think we're supposed to help you launch a conference. I was like, oh, okay. No, and I was like,
they did it. Yeah. They did say, oh, that's crazy.
We started. Next thing we know, we got an email address. Well, I know somebody. I think we should be a nonprofit. Got the paperwork. Everything went well. We started planning the conference. And the day I turned 40, we had a conference with about 1,000 women. I want to say, I can't remember how many were in the building. Maybe 400.
It was face to. It was not.
It was face to face then. That was 3-4 years ago in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was amazing, like crazy amazing. I think since my internet's unstable. Hold on.
I can see.
Okay, yeah. Good. So from there, it just evolved, and we had a conference the next year, and then this year was supposed to be, the 2020 was supposed to be in person, but had quarantine, shut down. So we did everything through Zoom. And everybody's like, this was even better than when we were in person. It was just the expectation we needed that time. And we got to do outreach. So we did Domestic Violence Awareness Month, where we partnered with Safe Alliance. We partnered with human trafficking companies. I
think you're frozen again. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, Adriana is amazing. We're going to just quickly wait till she comes back on. And I'm definitely going to put the non-for-profit that she runs all in on the YouTube and podcasts, on our website, and also on Instagram. I think she'll be coming back. 1 second. See her coming in. No, it's amazing. You know, I've been now meeting so many. Hi, no worry. I've been just talking about how amazing you are. So, you know. So when it's out, you're like, oh, she's just talking, you know. So
just like, I don't know why.
No, but I was saying it's so amazing that you do this. Do you also partner with like UN Women, UN Empower Women or not?
Say that again.
UN, United Nations
Yes.
Empower Women. Do you partner with them also?
No, but I'm gonna write that down.
No, I'm going to connect you because my brother-in-law actually because they have amazing community. So I've been also like interviewed by them and worked with them a bit, and it's all over the world. So it's a lot of, and it's also what surprised me. There were a lot of women entrepreneurs actually from like Nigeria and Kenya. That's how I also got like involved. It's amazing. It's you. So is in your non-for-profit, are they all global or is it US for now? Or both. Is it now both? Okay.
So we're trying to, the intentionality going from this year forward is to be more global. We're still doing a local right now with the Miracle Hill United Ministries. We're doing homelessness this month. But someone contacted me from a non-for-profit in Africa that helps put women to work, like you were saying, who are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So we want to do that. So we want more global. Yeah. Like we have women who are from the UK and the continent of Africa who are part of our organization, but we want to do more outreach globally.
Yes. Because I feel it's so, if you're already out there, they will find you. But if you're not, like if you're not out there, that's what they need, right? They need to know, like, and it's for people all over the world. I will definitely connect you with, it's also a non-for-profit organization, but at least it's like, it's UN Empower Women. So they're amazing. So I think I know the Miral Guzel, I think I will connect you with her.
Please,
so I think
I love that.
there are like thousands and thousands of women, and you will be like, I want to go to Hawaii. No, you're not going to Hawaii. You're going to
I went when I was 21, but that's been over 22 years ago.
Maybe you should say, I will do it in Hawaii.
In Hawaii.
Oh my, you'll have a lot of people coming.
Yeah, if he tells me to do a conference in Hawaii, I'll do it.
Yes. So that's great. And then also talk to me, because you're also doing because I was just like I was reading out loud everything that you do. Talk about your education that you're doing now. It's like I was saying, you have family and you're working and you're running non-for-profit and you're also studying. So
I can actually, my books are piled up right there. Thank God this is my last semester in seminary. A master's of divinity, which is typically a 90-hour program. So this is my second master's, where I got to study Greek, Hebrew.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Theology. But it's very practical. Like I love the spiritual formation classes where we got to visit monks and where they lived and that type of deal. It stretched me a whole lot. I learned a lot about women in ministry, took a whole class about that, which I loved. So it's very empowering. My professors, like we were texting each other back and forth today. I was like, I saw you, love you, so good to see, that type of deal. My husband is in the same seminary as me. So I'll finish right before he does.
Good for you.
As far as my personal relationship with God and being educated, not just, let me just open my Bible, but actually knowing what I'm talking about as I feed other women. I think it's important.
It's absolutely is. And so what can you do, your own service after this? I'm probably ignorant. I don't know.
No, you're not ignorant.
What can you do afterwards?
You're right. You can. My track is pastoral studies. I don't want to pastor. I don't at all. I do that now with the women, just not on that level. I've been preaching for 12 years. So it's just that, this will allow me, if I wanted to apply to be a minister at a church, any type of outreach. It doesn't have to be just speaking and preaching in the pulpit. But if I ever want to be a youth director or a pastor, that type of deal, and I can go get my doctorate in ministry or PhD in this, because you have to have this degree first before you can get that next one.
Oh, that's a lot of studying. That's great. I find it so, and you said like, I was a bit shocked that you had to study all the languages. Because I'm Jewish, and I always would, my whole family also lives in Israel, and I used to go to a lot.
I've been to Israel and I love it.
You've been? Oh,
for 2 weeks I stayed.
Oh my gosh, where did you go?
We went to so many little countries. And where did I stay? So we flew into Tel Aviv. We stayed, God, I wish I had all the hotels. I have all the stuff around me. I wish I could just say, I stayed here and I did this, but I absolutely love Israel, love Jerusalem. Like when we came there, people kept telling me, welcome home, welcome home. I was like, oh my God, I just want to live.
Yes. And that's the same, that's exactly what it is. You know, when I was a little girl, like I think for the first time I was like 16 or something, and we went to, and then more was open then, you know. So when I went, Bethlehem was open. You didn't have, basically you could go on like, you know, with like as a tourist, but there were no, you could go anywhere. Now it's like restrictions, right? You could go to the mosque, you can go anywhere.
In there.
Right. But when you stand, I don't know if you remember when you, and this is like going completely.
Sorry, people, we're in our own world. So at the dome, and you have to stand in that position.
Yes. And you see like it's basically the religions.
Very divided.
You feel it, right?
I saw it. Like one of the guys was, you know, we can cross over. You can't do anything to God or whatever. And he got over that place and he bowed and they drug him out of there before we got to the wall. I'll never forget that. And I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get to the wall, do my ceremony hand washing before I do. It was shocking. I did not believe how divided it was with the Muslim side and then the Jewish side. It just blew me away. I was like, oh, this is serious.
It is. And that's why, and I think, and it's such a, like what I felt like in Jerusalem and Bethlehem and like that place where the kind of all three, like Christianity and Judaism and you know, Islam all combined, you know, you feel that holiness. And I think it's just, we also the same and different in a good way. And I mean, we're not going in there, but I was just like, I was thinking, wow, you had to learn all this. And I think, I think it's so amazing that you do all that. And it only shows that you are, you know, you don't have to do just one thing. You can do many different things and be your own person. And you have, I feel it. I know it's not, we're not face to face, but I feel so much positive energy and light coming out of my screen from you, you know, that it just, I feel like recharged after talking with you. I had like such a busy morning and this was like, so you feel it from you. And I feel like everything you do is just so great, and everyone needs to, you know, get to know you. And that's why I couldn't like wait to get on the call. And I'm, like I said, I'll mention everything and I'll connect you also with United Nations woman. I think that'll be great. So I know, I mean, I probably could talk to you for like hours and hours, but
we just need to talk offline by ourselves. When
we have to like, so can you talk, and I know it's probably like thousands of things, but like I usually like end with one of the last questions. What is your superpower?
Do I have one?
Oh yes, you have like thousands you already mentioned, but
I would, wow. Why am I getting like weepy? I'm gonna say the superpower that I've learned to have, that I was not gifted with, is total dependence on God for everything. And being obedient, even when it doesn't make sense. Like it makes no sense when my husband and I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, comfortably for 5 years, loved it. And he said to move to Fort Mill, South Carolina. Okay, I don't even know where that is, but that's where we've been the past 4 years. It makes no sense that I'm in the world of education, but yet I'm studying to be a pastor. Like, makes no sense. It makes no sense how I am a minister and I don't fit that mode. I have a tattoo. I love big frames. I love glasses. Everything I have on today, except my lip gloss, is epilance. I love makeup. So it's just being in tune to who I am and loving who I am unapologetically. And it took me years to get here, where I don't let anybody now diminish my shine and my light. I did that. I tried to fit in and look the part, and I should act like this because I'm a minister, or I should be this type of person. I'm going to be exactly who God says. And I was literally created to stand out. And I'm going to do that to the day I die. Like in my casket, my friends already know I want a gold microphone. I want my leopard print handbag because I told them I don't want them fighting over it. I told them how to style my hair.
I love it. I love it.
Girl, yeah. So even my casket, y'all gonna be like, oh, she looks amazing.
I love it. And and I think it's a great superpower. My husband and I were just yesterday discussing, we were watching these documentaries on Netflix about God and also about the energies, right? Whoever, what people believe, and a lot of things defining the law of physics, even, or things that we think scientifically not possible, but they are,
They are.
And oh no, I truly believe, and that's why I said I feel the shine and the light of you and the positive energy, but also because you said I am who I am, and I'm not going to let anyone define me, or I'm not going to wear well, like I said, I'm going to wear sparkly jacket for you.
And I wanted one, but I got sparkly earrings to match you. So
but I'm not going to be what people expect me to be, but I'm going to be myself. And I think, and listen also to God and the voice. And I think that's a great superpower. No one ever said that. I love it. I'm going to write it down. This is like, I love it. I love it. I love it. So, oh my gosh. So thank you so much for joining us. I will continue with you for like 5 minutes after if you have time, but I'll just want to say to everyone, I'm going to please follow Adrienne, and I'm going to put it all down. And this has been so amazing. And she's really like a bright light. And I think like when you watch this, you'll feel it as well, like almost spiritually. And thank you everyone for watching and joining, and please subscribe and follow us, and we'll see each other soon. And I will